game, because you throw it way back when to the truckers were able to upset Grayhound. That's when, like, you know, you have these players that were in a sense kind of relatively new, kind of together, but now you got VERTEX. I reckon that they could potentially take Grayhound here.
Yeah, look, truckers is a whole different era. That was
it was absolutely,
that was like pre bloody COVID. That was. Either way, game's starting. We're going straight in the nuke, which is going to be VERTEX's pick, which means Grayhound get to start on the CT side, and you saw what they did earlier. Let's see what VERTEX can do here on the team side.
T-side Nuke to start things off. It's the side that was pretty beneficial earlier on this evening as well. We wanted to see a lot of rounds from the teams, and Grayhound was one of the teams that we got to see deliver that one. But as you do make mention to, it's the map pick of VERTEX here. So Grayhound starting off on the CT side. The dualies for Liazz, hazr, and Co are already down the vent apparently, and aliStair does have CSGO here to assist.
Well, nice little crossfire coming through. Liazz going to be able to strike. And Ali really farming up a storm as well. So Brace now making a world of noise, making his way into secret. And notice he might have a one-on-one here. It was probably his best chance to get any kills on the board there, but it's a clean one to kick off Nuke for Grayhound.
Okay, so it was what, 12 CT-sided rounds that Grayhound managed to get against Encore. I would like to see VERTEX be able to put up more T-sided rounds, so dropping the pistol is definitely not going to be the way to start that one off. And of course, Grayhound just able to tap a few heads. IEM Dallas with ins in the mix as well, picking up quite nicely. Nothing too hard to really write home about in that pistol round, but with no bomb plant for VERTEX, it's just going to be the Glocks for them over towards the ramp. Smoke will keep them at bay. Wouldn't have minded to see them just go through that. Of course, if there was no smoke, CSGO with an MP9 could have farmed up a world of cash.
Ooh, Vexite missed up there. But man's obviously hungry up against those Glocks. CSGO as well now. Going to put a little bit of pressure on a different point of the map. Clearing out Trophy. Smashing his way in here. And, won't be able to find anyone, it seems. As VERTEX are just going to go for the slow approach back towards the outers. Great value from that nade. 99 damage onto hazr, which made it pretty damn easy for Ali to farm up 3 out of nowhere. And there it is. The full cleanup crew here at outers. The pincer in. And Grayhound, a beautiful read up against VERTEX's Glock round.
Man, just look at this. Up towards the top of Annex. Didn't realize or didn't see anyone there. And just very smoothly back down to the ground. That was pretty nuts, not gonna lie, from aliStair. It was just an eco at the end of the day for VERTEX. This is where we want to see them get something happening. And I guess one little narrative to speak about is we saw the AUG in our previous series be purchased up, and I mentioned that in the Krieg. We've actually got the SG here for PZ, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he wants to deploy that one, as Brace is not seen an enemy yet and is taken out of the round.
Oof, that was a roughie. Big nade from Ins to follow through, and Brace had nothing else to do. So flash over warehouse as well, and Ins is just going to be looking for a little bit more info on the Annex side of outers. And everything just going a little bit slow now.
Definitely want to see VERTEX be able to attack nicely with all of their rifles here, as they are still trying to do something in outers at the moment. Malta going to start off answering back as he does drop aliStair. It's Ins, though, position not yet known, but Malta's able to sniff his feet out.
Not a bad turn of events for VERTEX. Able to get that numbers advantage now. And we'll see if they can follow through with the whole round. But so far, you got Grayhound. Not really playing here. You got CSGO obviously hunting for some kind of info, and he's just found a perfect timing. But we'll see if he's aware. Oh, he has been 4x3.
Yep, that would have been a pretty large kill for Grayhound if he's able to find that one, get back up towards heaven. But you're not going to detract that from what Liazz is able to establish within 1, but PZ brings it back out to 2. And with a bomb plant, this should pretty much give VERTEX the round, unless Liazz fancies himself a bit of a cheeky retake.
No chance. No shot.
Nah.
He's just keeping that alive, looking at the cash for Grayhound. It makes a lot of sense there. Ins needs a gun for the next round. Everyone else should be able to buy themselves. And yeah, VERTEX off to early start, able to hit back on their first gun round, and that's a pretty good start to Nuke already. Let's see where things take them in the next round.
Yeah, I want to see what sort of defenses that Grayhound are going to be able to put up with this one A1S. Not everybody has enough money to go in with a strong buy in this one for Grayhound, so something light wouldn't be too bad. Of course, that was the first round for VERTEX with the weaponry. They'll be able to back it up and get some better utility across the board as well. So to compare this against the game with Encore, right? VERTEX already on the board nice and early. And they might be able to double down as we only do see the Deagles. There's still a USP for aliStair holding money for an AWP. And you got ins with those dualies as well. So any damage that Grayhound are able to achieve in this round will enforce a rebuy for VERTEX. And you really don't want to just see them kind of whip out on a couple of these guns. Some cheeky tech, though, on the back of the smoke at the vent.
Putting that rifle in a position to succeed on a very, very offline, one you don't see too often. But yeah, perfect counter, thanks to the teamwork. And ADDICT now going to be able to crack open an entry. That's going to be the rifle on the ground and probably the round in the bin, unless Ins can make something happen here. The Julies, bit of damage from behind, and Vexite. Oh no. Opportunity. Pistols could have done some work here, but now Sicko in the 1v3 angle. Let's see what he's got for us with the dig.
Oh, he's got some broken ankles, Mac. Straight to the hospital for that one.
Reveals his position. Bloody breaks him a second time almost.
We've seen some pretty cheeky tech so far in today's affairs, haven't we? Some very nice boosts to come on out. Of course, that one just then. We saw a nice one in our previous series. So some players teaching us some new things, which is good to see. But you know what else is good to see? 3 alive for VERTEX at the end of that one. As I said, it's just going to be a bit of a reinvestment for a couple of these players. And we'll be expecting aliStair to bring out the AWP. Grayhound didn't really need to be too fluid when it came to Nuke against Encore earlier. So I wonder what sort of rigidity they're going to be looking like deploying in towards this one. Are they going to keep flexing aliStair around? Are they going to keep moving position? You know, Vexite from memory had a bit of a strugglesome start as well, so hopefully he's able to achieve something nice and early.
Slow approach to the start of the round. Brace is going to be looking his way forward. Looking at this position here. Oh, too good. Spots that shadow coming a mile away. And knew that Brace was going to try to time it there with the smokes. He's seen that trick before. And done a bit of homework. Ali as well, the offline, gets the better at hazr. And this round is looking pretty rough for VERTEX.
Yeah, absolutely. PZ brought the AWP to the fray as well. He's scoped in at the moment. The flames for Vexite. Are they going to spread at the last possible second onto his body?
Oof. More damage coming through. And an opportunity, but it's not looking super likely for PZ here. He's made a lot of noise over towards trophy side. And Grayhound figuring out where to go off the back of that info. You can see Ins just sprinting his way over towards double doors. But PZ certainly taking his time here, and he might even just loop back into A. But Sicko positioned, ready to retake.
30 seconds. How would you navigate a 1 versus 3 at the moment? You know, for Grayhound, they don't necessarily need to go for him when he opts for the plant, but he has revealed this boomstick. So might be able to just catch him when he goes for the plant. No. I'll let that one sneak on by. It's going to be hard for PZ.
Oh, he's making noises at the scope, and he goes for the peak regardless. 2 men coming through, and he's gone straight between the sticks there. A little unfortunate for him, but he gave it a shot and got that bomb planted as well, which is great for the economy and might secure another buy going into the next, but Grayhound not letting VERTEX take that lead.
Yeah, the AWP down for PZ and stolen as well. So we're going to see Grayhound run in with 2. It was something that was very pivotal for Encore to get a lot of rounds in that series. So maybe Greyhound, you know, we didn't really see it necessary from their side of things. Now that they've got it in their possession, they could look to just either put a bunker down on this CT side or give an opportunity to VERTEX. Because when you've got those double AWPs and you miss a shot, the pistols could potentially overwhelm you. So we'll wait and see where they're going to be positioning them. aliStair is going to be over to the ramp. And Sicko is going to be down on the lower side of things, running over towards Secret.
Ooh. How's the timing here? Ins aware that this could be danger territory. And Malta, how's this timing going to work for him? In's really tucked in the corner. Hazr might spot him, but he's got the timing. Malta not quite ready for the swing from the king at the back of warehouse. And now it's just the pistols. So Malta, unfortunately, not going to be able to get much done. He goes for the knife.
Oh,
it's cost him
no.
his life, and that has not gone well. In's very close to getting that eco ace, but Brace a little far away.
Just lucky that the body wasn't facing a little bit more to the left, hey? Because then the back sticks out and you get shanked from behind. That would have been some nice money for VERTEX, but for PZ, a little bit unfortunate. Very quick from Ins to be able to find that. You know, we saw, what was it, aliStair get the quick flick after he lost his teammate to a knife over on Ancient to Savage. So some very quick reactions from Grayhound tonight. Speaking of which, Ins has already found double digits on the kill department. Putting up some good numbers. But we've got VERTEX with another purchase, a lot of utility, some early smokes in outers for 3. Going to permit a walk across towards Secret. Nobody going for it at the moment. This counterplay from Grayhound, however. Pretty sneaky, pretty risky through the trophy room. And it's a little bit dry as Liazz loses his life.
Ooh. Nice little entries coming through there. And Sicko starts to drop into the vent. Didn't have that smoker's cover any longer and thought he might have been done and dusted. And with 3 alive, it looks like with these angles, there's still a chance for Grayhound to poke their head in here. If they can get one, that equalizes real damn quick. And now flash coming through as well. It's blinded Brace. That's the free entry they were looking for. However, ADDICT going to be able to strike from CT vent, bring it back to the 3v2. Numbers strong, numbers true, and that's a bloody round in the bag for VERTEX. Sicko, too worried about keeping the AWP alive for Ali in the next.
Might not have been bad idea for Grayhound at the end of that one with some Molotovs. But, of course, we see from our armchair position that they didn't have them to go in with a bit of a methodical retake. So, quite unfortunate on that regard. But good for VERTEX to be able to hold on to 3 players' weapons at the end of the round. Just that reinvestment for the next 2. And, of course, that AWP will be given back over towards aliStair. Grayhound going to go in with another purchase. And we'll see how much utility that they are going to be able to back up with that. Already seeing VERTEX as well dive into a lot of different strategies with just the outers smokes. Going with them, going without them. Pivoting away to the A site as well. It has been quite nice to witness. Early challenges. No AWP on the line for the squeaky door as aliStair is actually pushing into the hut. And falls over yet again. A 1-on-1 trade at the moment, Mac. But Liazz is on the site by himself and he's able to find the first.
Ooh, good timing on the swing from hazr. However, spacing from the Hound is that little bit better. And Brace, no chance in that 1v3 angle. Vexite locking it down. And you know that this is one of those little grudge matches as well. A little bit of history between some of the members of both these teams. Of course, VERTEX, I think they picked up Vexite for the grand total of like a week, maybe 2, before Grayhound decided to go for a little roster shuffle of their own. And yeah, I think cost Malta his spot too. So, you know, they love each other. They're just best friends.
That was one of the most difficult times, actually, when you had Vexite on VERTEX, because it was always get you. You got to say one and your head would say the other. A couple of tongue twisters in the mix. And then when we had hazr and Hats on the same one, and we had Azza on the roster as well, when it was encore, it got messy.
I think I heard someone in Pro League when they were casting say VERTEX by accident because Vexite was playing and it was just a whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, what are VERTEX going to be able to do with the Glocky boys here at the moment? Just trying to find any bit of info. Right on the wall, looking to go for the strength and numbers approach. And they realize that Ins loves a good push here at outers. So,
you a fan of crickets?
Crickets?
Yeah, you can hold the right click on the Glock and it makes the crickets chirping. It's probably something VERTEX could do. Get some nice ambient noises on a Glock round. Have a bit of a discussion.
Sure. I'm sure that'd go really well.
Yeah.
Well, we got PZ on top of Silo, hunting for anything. And this one banger might just be the entry route into site. It's good to force Liazz back into the crossfire, and the crossfire is too good. So VERTEX up in that position, heard that flash coming, looked away, didn't get blinded at all, and that's the round. So well navigated by Grayhound to keep it clean.
Everybody getting a frag except for Mr. VERTEX gathering himself 2. So aliStair not really needed to do anything on the sticks in that round. Going to have a nice tactical timeout courtesy of VERTEX. Bit of a discussion to be had. PZ will get out the AWP. The Galil will be there again. Kind of wondering for VERTEX's form, are they going to be going back in towards outers? Are we going to get the secret cross smokes? Are we going to get some L smokes? You know, we've seen some aggression from Grayhound so far. We know that we've seen aliStair prop himself up on the bin on the outers. Not jumping over towards garage, but he did sit up on there. So kind of wonder how much Grayhound are going to put in towards outers. Are they going to put more members there, or are they happy enough to kind of keep one in outers, one to swing from heaven if they lose a little bit of that control? See some good long shots from Sicko in that regard, but it does look like they're still going to propose 2 players over towards the ramp. Early utilities out. No one from VERTEX going to be going through trophy. So for the time being, at least, VERTEX will be just awaiting at the moment.
Secret. Nice little read on Ali's position. And slowing things. Race taking that opportunity to tuck away on Annex here. And that's probably going to be the piece of the puzzle that they think about the most.
Ooh.
Brace gets it on that repeat. Ali couldn't scope in time. And that's going to be the numbers they were looking for. And with that secret control, now we're going to see the reroute. VERTEX going all the way to ramp side, but they got the bait set up, Ins tucked away in the corner, going to be able to get almost 3. That's huge damage onto ADDICT and PZ, but VERTEX, for the moment, have the numbers, and a beautiful timing there as Liazz makes a bit of noise on the decon side. Brace spots him, but it's such an annoying angle to fight from, and Brace, he'll win it anyway. That could have just saved the round.
Yeah, absolutely could have if the whack-a-mole was found by Liazz. It would have been a little bit better for him in this one. VERTEX has been heard dropping down the vent. And Brace! Oh, no!
Oh, no.
That is so awkward. Everybody is within an inch of their life right now.
2 bullets could do it. And VERTEX quite worried about the scenario he's in. Make some noise. Decon side. Here's where that noise comes from. Oh, goes for the spam. But PZ gets it done with the old burst on the Glock. And that's going to be 4 on the T side. So VERTEX should be very happy with a round like that. And that's going to shake up Grayhound's economy, put him into a swing round.
Yeah, from the opening frag to the trades to make sure that they do gather, you know, a couple of swing moments in the round. What if Ins finds the spray down of 2? What if Liazz wins the duel against Brace? But unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, and it's better on the side for VERTEX. They don't have to pick up the pieces. A 4th round acquired. Another buy to be seen, though, from Grayhound here with Yorp of Ali once again being prominent towards outers instead of the ramp that we saw it in previous. And with the smokes nice and early for VERTEX, they are going to start to get down towards secret. Do they choose to leave someone like hazr, though, in outers, or do they choose to let him sneak in behind one of these smokes as they do start to fade? 3 members will get crossed in towards secret, and for the time being, at least, VERTEX can put a bit of a stop on the round. They can put a bit of a pause.
Just waiting for VERTEX to make a move. Grayhound happy with their setup. Staying a bit reactive this time. Liazz just going to be dropping his own smokes and those flashes as well. It's all a ruse. Up strong over towards the hall side. VERTEX swinging out of the vent on the perfect timing. And that should be the round already lost for VERTEX. Great adaptation to what was thrown at him. And we'll see if the 2v5 is winnable in any world for Malta and ADDICT. Malta already falling. And ADDICT's going to have to ace to make it happen.
Yeah. 2 versus 4 would be very difficult for them with no real utility, though there is a little bit of time. Maybe if they had the bomb in their possession, it could have been a good crack, but unfortunately this time not going to be able to happen. Should be the 7th for Grayhound. We'll be happy to take the AWP, take all the weaponry. Of course, their money was looking pretty thin. So a couple of Benjamins into their pocket goes a long way in this next round. It'll probably go even further as Vertex don't have too much cash of their own to be able to invest in something substantial. So one would assume, and it's always a tricky thing assuming, but one would think that Grayhound would find 8 here.
Cheeky force buy. Let's see if Vertex can catch them off with it. 2 little hero AKs coming through and a decent amount of util on ADDICT. So your shoulders, brace as well. Looking to maybe take some kind of point here. Cycle that one if possible. Sicko's close, but drops that perfect moment. And there's going to be no value found out of that AK.
Yeah, that's very difficult. Vertex, they go in with the idea to force, and they've already lost 2 members, potentially looking to be a third. If Brace holds this line, the HE grenade is going to chip him to size a little bit. Not as low as Ins from the other side of things, but already losing 2 players here, Mark, on a force by round that you're really hedging your bets with a nice strategy. You can try to upset things, and it's just a single member in Sicko to kind of put a stop to it. Yeah, that hurts.
.26 points of health. And a whole lot of balls to go for a peek on this line. There's that shadow spotted again. Oh, but swing. The bait looks damn good, but it's the full cleanup and the perfect round coming through from Grayhound. No one dying. Economy going to be stabilizing, which is something that we thought could have been a bit of an issue.
It still potentially could be if there is an upset round here from Vertex, but that is a big if with a nice bold asterisk. And, you know, if there is a gun round in the next one for Vertex and they win that, well, we move into the last round of the half and there's not really, you know, any impact on the economy because Grayhound have enough to be able to invest in that one, right? So from here on out, Grayhound should pretty much have a buy for the remainder of the half. I think the big question is going to be, do we see 11 for Grayhound or do we see something more for Vertex? It's just the Glocks in this round, remember, so it's a very quick one, done and dusted. What do the buy look like for Vertex here? Probably AKs all around, but yeah, one of the biggest things now for Vertex, Mac, I do feel is this round going to be yours? Because if it's not, it's probably going to make your CT side, you know, a little bit more difficult. Again, similar storylines that we've been saying previously where you want to get as many T-sided rounds, right? It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Make it the CT side a little bit easier. Give yourself some room to breathe.
Cracking those windows. Brace looking to just do that prog smoke it out as... They're just going for a bit of a default. Throwing some mollies. Just trying to bait out any. A little bit to util. Grayhound investing 3 mollies of their own very early on just to make sure that there's no faster approach from Vertex.
It's not bad. It's worked wonders in the past for Vertex at the moment. I mean, for Grayhound, sorry. So makes Vertex have a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of a think on what they can calculate. Outer smokes to be deployed, and they're going to try and get some members across towards Secret. And they're going to do something different, though. Maybe chance a bit of a flash play with a garage wrap. Currently got no one over towards the ramp room, so there's probably no crunch to happen there. But you do have Ins by himself in outers. aliStair, first point of contact in the tunnels. You would expect him to hit this one onto Brace, at least, if Brace is first to swing.
Oh. Aggression coming through there on the re-peak, but Heezy punishes, and now that's going to be the B site open for business. No one here from Grayhound, but Vertex don't quite know it just yet. In's going to be able to find that one at range as multa falls, and now the ramp control is what they're worried about, and trying to posture for the retake, knowing they've got the numbers.
Yeah, a little bit of utility for the likes of Vertex, flashes, HE grenades. You can kind of say the same for Grayhound with a single smoke. Big factor, that man advantage for Grayhound.
Re-entry util. Gets them on the line and it's a mega, but they need to find the positioning. Awkward moments from Vexite. And 3 are going to fall within moments like dominoes they go. And Liazz, in the 1v2, that time is ticking. He's got a smoke, he's got a kit, and he's got an opportunity, but he needs to make his way to site, and hazr stands in his way. That's going to be 5 on the board on the T side, and the economy, ooh, it should be good to buy in the next 4 grand.
Yeah, big round for VERTEX to be able to find at least 5. That makes things better when they do go for the change. A 10-5 always has a better ring than an 11-4. And I guess if we're saying out scorelines, a 9-6, well, that is even better. Get yourself a candle for that cake and sing a birthday song. As we have a little bit of a pause right now once more. VERTEX calling on a tactical timeout. Have a nice discussion on what they want to do in the early stages of this round. Going with a plan of action. Last time it didn't work against Sicko. So we'll see if there's going to be any change for them. Of course, as you mentioned there, Mac, you were expecting a buy to come through from Grayhound. Absolutely, we do get one. All the utility that they could want. Except, I guess, for Liazz, who is missing a single slot of that util. 400 smackers to spare. Smoke grenade, unless it's on the floor. Oh, yeah, they're juggling util. There we go. No ult for PZ, though. Down to a Galil. In the early stages, Brace is going to get across to the outer red box. aliStair with that AWP as well, positioned in the heaven. Inns has gotten a cheeky one to start off.
Good patience. Coming out of VERTEX. Fortunately, it didn't work for a while until it does. ADDICT going to be smoking to wrap outers. Bomb still in their hands, and VERTEX still with an opportunity. Vexite very low, down in the halls. He's got Sicko by his side, so only 2 upper side for Grayhound, but as you can see, they've started to make that move in through trophy into lobby, so that's a lot of map control, and Grayhound can just sit in there for the retake.
If VERTEX are able to figure out Vexite's position, that would be massive for them to equalize on the 3 versus 3. There's currently no one really on top side to be able to put up a strong defense. So it's going to be a bit of a shift to a retake scenario potentially if Liazz has to fall away from this fight.
Ooh, Molly. Buy some time and space. Oh, and Sicko. Nice flick. Straight to heaven. And thins those numbers ever so slightly. VERTEX now still with a man disadvantage, but 2 bullets could find 2 of the Grayhound members. Oh, look at the suppression. ADDICT ready. Big pick coming through, but now in the 1v2, he can't strike back. And Ali's pulled out the secondary, taking his head off his shoulder. It's clean. It's a 10-5 affair. And Vexite wanted that defuse more than anything in life. So he sent Ali to the grave. He sent a message. And he sent Grayhound to double digits. Ladies and gents, I'm going to send you to a break because we've got a second half to get to. Well, welcome back, ladies and gents. It is time for the second half of the IEM Dallas close qualifier here in OS. And look, we flipped up these sides. VERTEX on the defense and looking to try and equalize the scoreline.
And we'll see what these dualies of Malta are going to be able to achieve, or maybe more importantly, PZ, as he's going to look to be slotted first on the chopping block. Grayhound, wait patiently. Immediate dispatch.
I felt that one.
Quick
2-tap, Vexite feeling sharp. And Liazz, oh, he's spotted those toes as well. He knows that they've gone aggressive. Nice little lineup there. But unfortunately could only find one for himself. But either way, it's looking very difficult for ADDICT. Good crosshair placement, but unfortunately they're not expecting Ali on that reroute back through T-spawn. And he's going to be able to close out the round. Grayhound taking that T-pistol means things are going to set fire quickly for VERTEX.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it was Grayhound who managed to find the first pistol of this one as well, right? So that means that they are able to lock in both of the pistolas and make things a little bit smoother for themselves to look to close this out on the T side. 6 rounds is what they have to tackle for, and they're going to be battling against a buy of VERTEX in this round. Couple of 5.7s, some Deagles and PZ on the scout. Be able to see if he can find any damage in outers and potentially request his teammates with the pistols to finish off an opponent, or maybe vice versa. Mac. Speaking of Mac, you got ins on a Mac 10, looking to farm some cash.
Ooh, shots coming through. Looking good for PZ on the USP. And ADDICT as well. An awkward position to fight from, but he's living for now. Liazz as well, ready for that aggression in from secret side. We're down to the 4v4 again. As VERTEX look to flash into the warehouse. Oh, great one, but Int, he's living, hopping, and saving himself.
Just a little bit too light on his feet, unfortunately, for VERTEX to be able to catch him. Malta and hazr now to see what they can do. Maybe if they finish off aliStair, you know, it would throw a little bit of damage into the works. But In's just showcasing how to use the Deagle in this one for a clean 1v. And Liazz will polish off Malta. So second round done and dusted. The force up from VERTEX shut down, which means this should be a pretty easy one for Grayhound to find 13. And then it kind of shifts into do or die time as far as Nuke is concerned for VERTEX.
Well, into the 18th we go. And it's looking pretty dire, but VERTEX is going to go for the full save. Just one banger on Brace. Looking like they might try to make a play here at some point. And with Brace just sitting there in CT, it looks like it is just going to be an attempt. And they retake, but Malta trying to stop the drop. And now they're just trying to reposition to a spot where this flash can have any kind of impact. It looks like Mega's going to be the play. Ali about to farm up a Storm with that Mac 10. Only able to find one. But Liazz able to stop that left side Mega push with the Galil at range.
Yep. Just Brace. If he can welcome anybody in closely, find a headshot or two very quickly because he's got no armor. Would have been nice, but Sicko will get him. So some extra money for Sicko on the back of his own Mac 10 there, which means the 13th is going to be achieved for a Grayhound, and now that buy is going to come through for VERTEX. And this is where we want to see something large, right? Nuke CT side is generally still the fashion side where you get more of the rounds, so hopefully they're able to dress themselves up nicely, roll out the red carpet, and start to make a good comeback here. Otherwise, if they do drop this round, they're looking to play into the next one with some pennies. The loss bonus will be on the max variety. Or they go for a half buy to have a proper buy and fight for OT, which any way you look at it, Mac, is still going to be a daunting factor. So this is a very crucial round for VERTEX to get here.
Ooh, big shot. Ali ready for that swing. And ADDICT going to be on the receiving end. Everything's slowing down now. Brace just going to be tucking at CT vent. Holding a tight line in towards the door. And Grayhound now regrouping.
Yeah, Ali might have fallen and taking some damage there as well, because he was on like 15 or 20 and now he's on 7. And no one was playing in outers there, so lucky he didn't break his legs, lose his life. But he may very well if he keeps waltzing this way. PZ's got an AWP playing at the ramp, and he's a little bit further back at the single box, but The rest of Grayhound, they're starting to look to go up towards the A site, and PZ's AWP is going to scare them that way.
Oh. There's that spray down Vex site. Sicko able to trade with a few more, and things get that much harder for PZ. Trying to get work done from the heavens, and that nade was too good. 68 points of damage, and then some with the second. We'll be able to whisk away one of his own nades, but it's a bit of a charity affair after everything else that's gone down this round.
Was a consolation Kobe at the end of the day. 14 are going to be secured for Grayhound. One step away from securing OT. One step further, and they can get a very convincing Nuke victory here for this upper bracket final match, which will then mean one more best of 3 to qualify to the other side of the world to meet with some of the best teams in the world at IEM Dallas. And here is the big decision for VERTEX. Do you back up PZ with the AWP? Or do you just get some lighter pistols and ensure that you've still got a pretty strong buy in the next round? I think if you're VERTEX, you probably have to fight for OT if you want a strong buy. We've seen the buys kind of fall over a little bit on VERTEX's side, but they're going in with the math. It's their decision at the end of the day. They're using this tactical timeout to really think it through, to figure out what they can drop over. And it's going to be PZ giving ADDICT the M4. The rest of the guys all getting what they need, or can, rather. Single kit. Second one for ADDICT. A couple of flashes to be behind that. So we'll see what VERTEX can do here, Mac. I almost feel like they have to go in with some CT side aggression, right? You want to put those MP9s in a good spot. Try and catch Grayhound off guard. Just give yourself a fighting chance.
Running back the paces. PZ's on a nice line. Will connect on Liazz. Could barely see him through the fire and flames. And now we'll see VERTEX try to slow things down with the numbers advantage. ADDICT in a bit of a rough position himself.
Cheeky line with the AWP from PZ. Although huge. It's even better from ADDICT. Wow. Assisted flash from Malta. That is delicious. And that's what we need to see from VERTEX. We needed to see a round. And it's looking like they might be able to get it with 5 surviving. Go and hunt those AKs. You've just heard where aliStair is playing on T-Roof. So Malta and hazr can definitely go and find them as having a bit of a wallbang battle. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Ali loves a little chill in the AWP server. So we'll see how much work that's up here. Just trying to find any kind of wallbang, any kind of anything. And he might be able to find a line, but I dare say hazr's just going to be the one to swing off the contact to someone else, and that'll lock down the round.
Yeah, it should. Remember that aliStair no scope on Nuke. Where was it? Through the, from, you know, the, what do you call the place? The elbow next to hell, towards the ramp, where he got the no scope through that wall. That was pretty cool.
Elbow.
It is elbow. Yeah. I was like, yeah. Sorry. I'm saying the word and I'm forgetting what the word is. Yeah. When he got the no scope there, that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Anyways, it saves him for him in this one. Take the boomstick to the next round, where Grayhound is still going to be able to get a pretty damn comfortable buy. But the lifeline has been at least given to VERTEX here, where they're not seeing Grayhound on 15 just yet.
Well, VERTEX, full util, full buy, and full opportunity and hope to try to get this round on the board. They're going to need to stop Grayhound from getting on a map point. And Ince is just going to be trying to go faster, but great Molotov usage to slow things down. Ali doesn't want to commit to the peak just yet. Very wide line, but goes onto one that ADDICT is never going to expect, and that is going to get that nice looking entry. Big damage onto a couple of the Grayhound members already, though.
Ooh, and they've already seen Ins get in towards credit cards. They're starting to punch in the digits to close out this round. Grayhound Yes, they lose a bit of damage on towards Liazz, and I think maybe Inns has been seen by Brace. He's hunting for it, but Vexite's flash is gold, and things go from bad to worse for Vertex. Malta is stuck. He needs a bailout. It is afforded because Grayhound are moving Mac.
Heard that cross. And was ready for the swing, but can't quite find Liazz, who's in between a very rough position to escape from PZ. Finds him through the wall. I think it was just a little tight one.
Yeah.
But now 1v2 angle. Vexite, if there was anyone else alive, look, you'd back him, but this kid, nah, throw him in the bin. Round's over. No world where Vexite wins this.
Oh, 3 versus 5 as well for Vertex, so they've navigated this one back very well. Could have been 15 for Grayhound. Still possibly in a world, which is maybe in a different universe, the Vexite can get this one. 3 HP breaking his legs. Oh dear.
See? I just knew. I knew he was going to stand there with the bomb out and just give the kill to PZ. I just saw it coming. Man's too confident, you know?
Well, it is another round for Vertex here, Mac, which means it's not over just yet. It is their 4th timeout, though, so those are over after this. No breathing room to continue this mountain climb of a comeback. And you have at least kind of reset Greyhound's economy. They can't go in with a complete purchase. So it is the time for yourselves to get a string of rounds, or at least this one. Build an economy where you can reinvest what is potentially lost in this one. And if you do drop that round to Greyhound and they find the 15th, you still have a pretty strong buy afterward. So that would probably be one of the benefactors for Vertex going forward to try and get a comeback happening.
Well, deep smoke coming through, and ADDICT going for that early rotation. So Inns with a bit of contact. He's heard those footsteps. That's going to be ramp for free.
Yeah.
And these A-site players don't seem
They're
to be
not
aware
looking.
of it at all.
Nah.
Look at PZ.
PZ's none the wiser.
He is gone.
None the wiser. See if he can get a secondary frag here in, but it's just going to be that one. And there is at least hazard for the trade, but already shimmying up the vent. A lock of Liazz will find that one. Head in your hands, not like this if you are Vertex.
Cheeky old Glock kill comes through. Little upgrade, little opportunity, and have just taken
They're stolen around.
Steaming hot stomp on all of these Vertex members. Brace though, look, he's got a big brain. I heard he's got a big brain. I feel like this is unlosable for Brace, huh?
Yeah.
Live a little. Be wrong on purpose. It's fun. Just say yes. There's no world where he can lose this.
Brace gets aliStair, gets Liazz, and then gets Sicko and Vexite.
Absolutely no world where he can lose this. Everything going right for him. 20 seconds. And Grayhound forgot to plant the bomb. They gave him a chance. And look, he's going to clear everyone. he
cleared it.
Yeah,
he cleared it.
Nah, big round from Grayhound, though. That one's put him on to 15. Vertex were very confident with what they were doing. Grayhound just found a gaping hole in the defense and abused it.
Yeah, that is actually real rough. If ADDICT watches that one back, you got to be careful when you do drop a smoke that you don't allow your opponents to just waltz on through, because it's not a brick wall. It doesn't make a immovable object. So now it's D-Date for Vertex. Double M for Zafamis 5-7 and the AWP for PZ, who is having a bit of an interest in the lobby. Let's hope that these stonks are rising. Oh.
Oof. That was a roughie.
But he is still alive, so that is a bonus. for PZ.
Ooh, offline, good. Attention has been drawn, and Grace capitalizes for 2. But it's Ali to hit back harder, and that's going to be the B site cracked open. Fast rotation starting to come through from VERTEX. ADDICT looking to get that control down the halls. And him and PZ arrive just in time, but Liazz as well lurking. And he now knows Malta's position, which is awkward. Flash allows Malta to cross. Not with his life, though. But
4
ADDICT's
HP.
things going right for him.
Yeah. This time he's been able to get down and find himself a kill, which means the fact that Malta's able to dink Liazz down to 4 HP pretty much solidifies this round, unless there is a major whiffing from PZ. Nah. That makes 8.
Nice little tight line. And those trades were just too much. Grayhound unable to come back from it in the round. But yeah, some nasty ones connected by Ali there. Well, round 24. And VERTEX are slowly but surely scraping a couple of rounds in. But is it enough to try to keep this momentum going into the next map? Because I feel like that's where we're going. I don't see a world where they don't drop around in the next 7 or so. Oh, he misses that slight opportunity at Outers. They've spotted ADDICT going on top of Warehouse as well. Ambitious plays are going to get punished this round. And it's the Tech 9 to do a lot of the damage there too.
Yeah, we've seen pistols go good for Greyhounds, and maybe this is another instance of the pistolas doing a little bit of some potency. But Malta has one of those, so we'll see what his sidearm is going to be able to swipe away. 3 versus 5. Hazr in a position to be able to find some information, but information's good at the end of the day. Kills are better. And Siko's got that one.
Shot from Ali. Ray's going to be able to double down. Goes too wide. Can't find the third, but he had to do it himself. And there you go. 16-8 is going to be the scoreline here at the end of the first map of the series. And of course, that means we got, what, Inferno next? That's going to be an interesting time. Considering, look, VERTEX at least get this.